All right, boys and girls, here we are. Wednesday's homework. What is Wednesday's homework? Wednesday, you are to reread and answer only questions 1 through 3. 1 through 3. Highlight where you found your answer. Highlight where you found your answer. Okay, to support your answer, you need to highlight and tell us where you found it. Okay, and I would get into the habit of maybe underlining it and then label number 1. That's where I found that answer. Okay, and then maybe highlighting or underlining it again, and then number 2. I found number 2 right there. Okay, you could do that too. Just a suggestion. Okay, here we go. Fireboats of New York. Have you ever seen a fireboat? What are fireboats anyway? Anyways, and what do they do? Many years ago, as New York City was growing, problems were growing. Problems were growing too. Many goods were shipped out of New York. Many goods were shipped into New York. The ships, docks, and warehouses along the harbor had to be protected from fire. The fire department had to find a way to fight fires. Their engines were useful only on land. What could they do? They decided to use fireboats. The very first fireboat used by the fire department of the city of New York, FDNY, was a tugboat rented in 1865 called the John Fuller. It could pump 2,000 gallons of water each minute. It took the water directly from the river. The first real fireboat in New York City was the William F. Havemeyer. The ship entered service in 1875. It had a wooden hull and could pump 3,000 gallons of water each minute. The Havemeyer served New York City until 1901. By that time, people had learned that fireboats with wooden hulls were not such a good idea. Can you guess why not? The boats could catch on fire too. They began making fireboats from steel. On land, it might take many fire engines to put out a fire. On the water, it usually takes just one fireboat. Fireboats have amazing power. One fireboat can pump about as much water as 20 fire engines. Fireboats help fight fires on the many waterways of New York. These firefighters save people from burning ships, docks, and warehouses. They save millions of dollars worth of goods too. They are a very important part of the fire department of New York City. Okay, so reread and answer only questions 1 through 3. Highlight where you found your answer so you can support your answer. We want to know where you found it. Okay, and you're only answering questions today 1, 2, and 3. Question number 1. Where did the water sprayed by the John Fuller come from? A, it came from tanks in the hull of the ship. B, it came from 20 fire engines. C, it was pumped from the river. D, it came from a fire hydrant. Okay, number 2. What is the meaning of the word engines as used below? The fire department had to find a way to fight fire there. Their engines were useful only on land. Their engines. So they're asking you, what does the word engines mean? F, machines. Next one, fire engines. H, railroad locomotives. I, internet search engines. Okay, so which one of these answers is correct? And the last question for today. How many years passed from the time the FDNY first rented the John Fuller until the Havemeyer was put into service? A, 2 years. B, 10 years. C, 36 years. D, 26 years. Okay, remember to go ahead and label these so we know where you got your answer. Okay? All right, good job. Okay, the last part, it says directions. Read the story, identify the main idea, and 3 important details. So this week we've been talking about main idea and details. So hopefully you're getting a little bit better with that as you're doing your homework. So main idea and details. You're going to identify the main idea and 3 supporting details. Okay, here we go. Main idea and detail. The main idea tells what a paragraph is about. Details are pieces of information that help tell about the main idea. Weddell seals. Weddell seals live in Antarctica. They can grow up to 11 feet long and weigh up to 1,300 pounds. A Weddell seal lives under thick ice in the water. The ice protects them from orcas and leopard seal predators. They push their heads through thin ice and get air. They must come up for air every 45 minutes. They swim in the ice cold water and hunt for octopus and fish. Weddell seals make many different sounds or calls that echo across the ice. Their calls can sound like whistles or clicks. Weddell seals come out of the water to rest, molt, or give birth. Okay, boys and girls, there were a lot of details in there, so make sure that you are reading the paragraph carefully. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and pick a main idea, and it's going to go right in here. Okay, your main idea. Remember to use complete sentences. Okay, then we have detail 1, detail 2, and detail 3. Detail 1 is going to go here, detail 2, and detail 3. Okay? Next page, comparing numbers. And then this is just our standard, okay? Comparing numbers. I can read and write numbers using base 10 numerals, number names, expanded form, and comparing those numbers. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and look at number 1. Once again, let's look at our digits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 digits there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 digits there. Okay, our strategy is going to work for this one. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start from left to right. We have 4. There's 4 there. There's 4 there. Okay, that's the same. We have 8 and 7. Which one is greater, 8 or 7? 8. Okay, so this is going to read 48,232 is greater than 47,009. Okay, number 2. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the digits. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 7. So now that I know that this has 7 digits and then this has 6 digits, okay, let's go ahead and start from the ones place. Okay, because these have different digits. This one has more digits. So we have a 1 and a 3. Which one is bigger? This one. Okay, so you're going to say, you have to read it from left to right. 826,761 is less than 1,259,403. Okay? And that is all for this homework. Make sure to turn it in on Google Classroom.